There's a book of spirituality in its Spanish form. The title of which is what I know of is, if we translated the Spanish literally it would be in English, the art of making most of your failings or of your faults. The art of benefiting or making the most of your failings. That is something that is very necessary, let's say, to our advancement, our being able to advance and to grow in the spiritual life. Because if there is anything that unites us all, it is the fact that we all have our own faults and our own failings. We're all sinners, and those faults and failings may be physical faults, physical failings, or spiritual failings as well. And that art of making the most of one's own failings is here in evidence in today's gospel. Bartimaeus, who has his own failing of his vision, perhaps not, it's not even of his own fault, perhaps it was, who knows, but blindness not necessarily means that it was of his own fault, but it was a failing within him, a physical one, and he did make the most of it to draw closer to Jesus. Now that could be the lesson of today's gospel that we can take away from it for our own benefit. The art of making the most of our own failings. Now the failing here in question was his physical blindness, but that didn't impede him from calling out and drawing close to Jesus. Whatever that failing might be of ourselves, each one has their own. I mean, it is commonly known that everyone has their own, what they call a dominant defect. A dominant defect. Surely Bartimaeus had his other many faults and failings, not only his failing of his sight and vision, but his own kind of failings with his own character. But anyway, this was the opportunity for him to call upon Jesus, who was passing by through the town. Jesus is passing by, going through the city of Jericho, and he has a train of followers, his own disciples, and a large crowd around him. They said there's an expression that says, if you find a rabbi, this was an old rabbinic saying, if you find a rabbi, go after him so that the dust of his feet falls upon you and that you drink in thirstily his words. And this is kind of an image like of what is going on here. Get so close to him that the dust of his feet falls upon you, because it was customary of an itinerant rabbi teacher to be walking, and as he's walking, to be teaching, to be preaching to those who are listening. And so Jesus, his name already precedes him. His fame is already big. He's already been doing many miracles. He's already had a lot of controversial confrontation with the authorities, with the Pharisees, with the scribes, put them in the box. And people are eager to listen to him. So he's walking and he's teaching, and they're all listening. And that's why when Bartimaeus interrupts all of this and starts screaming at the top of his voice, they all start, shut up, shut up, shut up, because we want to listen to him. Anyway, but that doesn't deter Bartimaeus. He has no fear, no human respects is going to shut him up. See, that's what endears him to Jesus, because he has one focus. He wants to go to Jesus. And so Jesus calls him, and he shoots up straight away. He makes most of the opportunity. And because of his faith, he is healed. So, and then he becomes a follower of Jesus. And so, let us in this Mass now pray for that gift, that we may make the most of all our own faults and failings in life, whatever they may be, physical or spiritual, so as to help us draw closer to Jesus. Amen.